to another live session. Today is a very special day because today is the 2 year anniversary of this channel. We've been at this for 2 years. 2 years.
It just went by
Like super fast.
I'm hungry. Do you know what I mean?
I'll be in charge of sound effects.
Yes.
It's been real fun listening to a lot of great music, talking to a lot of great people. Kenny, what's up?
Hi, Kenny.
Put your bets in now, by the way, Kenny. Bets in now. So we've been at this for 2 years, and it all started, well...
Maybe we should wait a little bit for some more people coming out. You want
Maybe, yeah. Let's wait.
Just a little bit. Let's just like $50.
$50.
Whoa.
$50 that this channel is gonna do well in the future. Jaylina, hi, welcome.
Hi, Jaylina.
Welcome. Yeah, it's been 2 years listening to music, talking to pastors, talking to musicians, and the fun continues, right?
And making a lot of friends along the way.
I'm making a lot of fun, friends. Fun friends.
We gotta make it like a mashup. We gotta figure it out.
We'll think
We're gonna think of something. Unless you can think of something right now, and let us know.
Yeah, so
$100, Kenny says now.
it's been real fun. I'm excited about where we're going. I know that things have sort of slowed down. People went back to work, people went back to school, and so not too many people are as engaged as they were before. But I'm really thankful for the people that are still with us for the last year.
Yeah, at least the last year. Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to thank you all so much for the great adventures.
Yeah.
So what's been like your favorite thing on the channel? What's your favorite song that you think?
Oh my goodness, that's hard. But I think honestly, I loved when we did the Corey Asbury reaction, like the album. That was one of I think because that was like my first time really doing a whole album with you, so that was my favorite experience.
Yeah.
And then the ones that got me to cry, I could actually pick out one song, and it was by Chris McClarney.
Yeah.
And it was Crazy Love. Like I still listen to that song like today.
Yeah.
So
it's still one of my favorites too.
So I have to say that one, because like obviously like the Hillsong and Maverick City Music ones, I've heard a lot of those ones already, so I like listening to like the ones that weren't as big. Like those ones were really cool. Like, and then meeting Eric or having Eric Brooklyn, like that was another favorite thing.
Yeah.
Listening to his music, discovering his. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah. And also thank you, Katie, for Collington as well, for introducing us to Collington.
And we actually met him too. That's cool.
Yeah, and we met him too. Hey, that's right. We met both of them.
That's because he's in our car.
Yeah.
Like in my little Honda Civic.
Yeah.
So.
All of that was fun. By the way, we have more than 600 videos on this channel. 600 videos that were shot, edited, and posted. And premiered.
Wow.
Most of them premiered. Yeah.
Wow, that is insane.
I'll put up a count for the members only in after this, and I'll let you know the exact number. But it's a lot, a lot of videos.
That means a lot of editing, a lot of reinventing, recreating, a lot of being late, a lot of the staying up late nights. Yeah. Just really figuring it out. Yeah.
From your perspective, what has it been like watching me edit?
It's been like kind of like this, because there's moments where like you're like, yes, I like this one, and then like you get it and then you don't get like not that you're doing it for that, but it doesn't get as like recognized, and so then you go back and then you feel like a little discouraged, and then it's kind of like, oh, I get bummed because I liked what you did, or like I know that you did, but you were expecting it to maybe get a little bit more attraction or attention.
Yeah.
And so it's been kind of like, like this, but more interesting, because it's made you it's pushed you harder to really get as creative as your videos are now.
Yeah.
Because his videos are like, I mean, I may be biased, but they're pretty they're top notch. I'm sorry. Like I have to
thank you.
Gloat a little.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank
and
you.
You're all but you worked for it, because he looks up videos. He's looking at different content creators. He's noting things down. He's staying up late and messing around. Like I go to bed and he had one idea, and I wake up and it's a completely different idea. So I'm like, all right. But I love it, because overall I love it. I love the experience watching you go through the editing process.
I love that I get to implement so many different ideas, and some stuff works out, some stuff doesn't, and I'm really happy with the way that things are going. And I do get a little bit discouraged when the videos don't do well, or when they receive like some kind of like a negative feedback, because these are my babies, like
Yeah.
that's my creation. It's like it came from my head, and for someone to say, they didn't like it, then it's it's like, ooh, I didn't like you, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
like it's like an
that
attack.
hurt. Yeah.
But I mean,
Not too many of those though.
no, not
Thankfully.
too many.
or this channel wouldn't even exist.
Yeah. But going back to like from the beginning, like when you did Oceans, I mean, it's obviously if you guys after this go rewatch Oceans, it was just put the phone up, let's sit here, and I mean, but it was still really good though, because your insight throughout the song, obviously a lot of people appreciated that, so that was there. Obviously the lighting. Oh, the lighting forever was like lighting was like, I remember one time like on our headboard, we had like put the lights in. I was like, I'll just stand here. I'll stand here the whole time while you do. And he's like, no, because you're gonna move. And but those like memories. Those are good memories now that we're fortunate for some people who've helped out. A lot of people have helped out, whether you've donated or you've been members, for us to be able to, get the proper lighting.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, because
the lighting
my arm probably would have fallen off.
No, you would have a strong arm.
Strong man. But all buff.
Yeah, been all buff. But yeah, it's been fun. But yes, the lighting was my nemesis for a really long time. You all remember, right? I had like a blue light on this side and an orange on this side, and I was trying to figure out what it was, and my face looked green, and I didn't have the proper cameras to balance out the white, the white balance. When finally someone on the channel actually donated a webcam for me, and the webcam couldn't auto white balance.
Oh yeah.
So I either looked really orange or I looked green, and there was like no in between. Like I never looked I never looked the right color. But thankfully, yes, through the channel growing and through donations, through CASHAPP and all that, yes, I was able to get lighting, and I was able to get another nicer camera. Not the nicest camera, but a nicer camera nonetheless. And yeah, that was awesome. that was great. Oceans. Let's talk about Oceans.
Ooh.
The very first song that was posted 2 years ago today. It was posted today, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I got the day wrong. I thought it was yesterday. I did get the day wrong. But it's because you told me Monday. You did tell me Monday.
Yes, I did.
On the weekend. So then Monday. I was like, thankfully I didn't like post it anywhere. But yes, today, 2 years.
No, but yes, 2 years. And it's been a roller coaster for me.
And he doesn't like roller coasters.
And I don't like roller coasters. It's been an emotional roller coaster, obviously. It's been a spiritual roller coaster, and it's been a physical also roller coaster, because it's taken a physical toll sometimes on me. There have been moments where I did take a break, right? And I'm allowed to. I got to remind myself that I'm allowed to take a break. But yeah, Oceans was just that one little thing that was a big push from the other side. It really was. I had just gotten done visiting you. You were listening to Oceans in the background, and you said it was called Oceans, but I'm like, it doesn't say anything about oceans.
It's because the part that you were listening to was Spirit Lead Me. So you're like, no, it has something to do with spirit. I'm like, no, I promise you it's Oceans. I listened to that song like every day, was part of like my daily routine.
And I'm like, you listen to it every day, and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. That song's not named Oceans. It's not called Oceans at all. Looked it up. I couldn't find it. And then, I came home. I was listening to some music. I was listening to Deftones. It's a rock band. I was analyzing the music, and previous to that, I had a friend who wanted me to hear his songs, his album, and he wanted my opinion. And he says to me, dude, you should totally be a music critic. Like, you have the ear for it. And I'm like, okay. And then I just let it, I just left it in the back burner. And then that day, I was like, I need to do something, because obviously you all know the story. My stepdad was not in a good place, and I needed something. I needed something to happen. And just as clear as, I hear her voice, God's voice was like, you could do it. Just do reaction videos. And I'm like, I don't know anything about reaction channels. He says, you know how to press record, and you know how to edit music. I mean, and you know how to edit videos, so just press record and edit videos. I said, but I don't have the lighting app. You have one Walmart
Every time you
light.
came up with an excuse, God was like, I got a solution.
Yep.
Here it is. And then it was like another one.
I was,
but you were.
I was totally, but this, but that. And I'm like, all right, fine.
Finding an excuse for yourself not to go through with it.
Right, because I was
really
scared. I was scared.
Well, of course, you're doing something in a way out of your comfort zone, something you've never done before. But
Christian music?
Yeah, that too is like, you're like, whoa, it's like kind of a lot, but.
Yeah, it's not that I was an atheist. I was not an atheist at the time. But I wasn't spiritual either, more or less. And I was like, I don't know anything about Christian music. And it was like, yeah, well, that's exactly it. That's exactly why. And I did it. I pressed record. I uploaded the first video 2 years today. I remember seeing those first few comments. It was like 24 views. And I'm like, 24 views. You know what? I shouldn't complain about some of the views today, because at least it's not 24 views for a video. But
then you
some people were suggesting more songs.
Yeah, it was good.
And then eventually,
I don't think you ever thought that it was going to turn into like this, and then what it is today. No.
And it just took one song to start picking up, and then the channel and
then it got to like
took
other
off.
Ones and
ridiculously, right?
Then you did. I was going to mention that, but I was going to wait. But then you did "Reckless Love," and then that now is almost like at 2 million.
Yeah, it's almost at 2 million views.
It's like 1.9 or something like that right now.
Million views. I think I'm only like maybe like less than 80,000 views away from hitting 2 million views on that song. So if you guys want to watch it and help it boost.
I rewatched that one a few times actually.
Good, thank you.
Privately.
And don't forget to watch the commercials. That helps too.
I do. Sometimes when I'm here and we're watching like the premiere, like mine doesn't start right away because it's commercials. But I'm like, all right, I'm watching it right here in front of me. I'll just let my commercial play on my phone.
Good.
But
good, thanks. That helps. That really does help.
It does. Everything helps. You got just by you sharing. You don't have to donate. We appreciate just you sharing it, watching it, commenting, engaging. Like all of that is just the same as donating to us. So.
Yep. Chino Moreno did a collab with one of my favorite bands back in the day, Dead Poetic. I haven't heard it. I gotta check it out. But it's been real fun, And when Reckless Love started to take off, I was so scared. I was really scared. I'm like, this is growing too fast, and I can't keep up with the comments, because I was on there commenting every single comment.
On which one?
On all the videos previous to Reckless Love.
Oh, I remember. But then it got a little bit overwhelming because it was just playing catch up. There was like 100 comments, 300 comments, and you had to like go fast, and you felt bad. So at one point he was like, "I'm just gonna at least like and heart them, so they know that like I'm seeing it," because it just got there's just too many.
Too out of hand. But I remember that day I had a gig. I had to play in Moreno Valley, like around, I think it was at 5. And I premiered the video at like 4. And I remember getting a few hundred views. It was like 300 something people on the live chat. And then when I was crying, everybody was just like,
in which one?
On Reckless Love. I was like tears and everything. And then I left. And on my way there, I was checking the analytics, right? And it was like 300 views first. And then it was like 1,000 views, then like 2,000. By the time I got to my gig, it was already up to like 13,000 views, and I'm like,
and you were like, what?
This is not happening. And then suddenly, like I was done with my gig, it was already up to like, I don't know, like maybe almost 30,000 views.
And then it ended up getting blocked, right, or taken down or something like that. And
a few days later,
yeah, and then people were like, you all were like fighting, not fighting like that, but fighting for allowing it to like be able to show still, you know, and then Corey came into the rescue. Shout out to Corey for doing that, because he just he helped out a lot with that too.
And it's been real fun. And one of my favorite things that we did on the channel was the conversations that we were having with musicians. I as you already know, I don't think that I have to go too into detail, but I was also talking to pastors, and some controversy started to happen, and I don't really like controversy. I know that the channel could grow if I added a little bit more controversy to the mix, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And so we stopped doing the conversations with pastors. And I am happy to announce that I want to continue the conversations with musicians.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to have maybe musicians that are not as known. Maybe listen to one of their songs, do a reaction, and then invite them to come onto the channel and have a conversation about their music and maybe a little bit about their faith and their background to tell us their story, to share their story, so we can get to know the artists a little more. Because I think we hear a lot of the like the Maverick City Music, the Elevation Worships, the the Corys and the and the Hill songs. They get a lot of promotion, right? They get a lot of
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
No, it's okay.
But Eric Davis. Hi, Eric Davis.
I saw Eric Davis and I already knew it was going to be something funny.
I was like...
I got an itchy leg. And I want to have those conversations because there's a lot of great artists like Collington. I would not have known about Collington if not.
Yeah, and I feel like we owe him a little bit more of a better interview kind of thing.
Yeah,
but then again,
he was the first interview.
He was your first interview. You didn't know how to go about it yet. You didn't know if you went longer than 20 minutes, it was going to be too much, like taking up his time. But I think it would be good to get him on here, Katie.
Right. I'm sure we'll have him on here again, and it'll be a far better, a much more better interview, right? Yeah. And I just love stories. I love hearing people's stories, and I really want to see the struggle too that other people may have, and encourage them, and get new ears to listen to their music, because that's the hardest part when you're an upcoming artist, is getting new people to listen to your music. And if we can help younger artists or infant artists get a little bit of promotion, get a little bit of airtime as well, and get new ears to listen to their music and encouragement, that's what they need the most. I think that'd be great, because I've heard so many different stories of artists who have played big events with other well-known artists, and the well-known artist gets paid ridiculous amount of money and the other unknown artists have to pay to play, and that really sucks. So I would love it if we could help them get a little bit more recognition, so that they don't have to pay to play, or if they do have to pay to play, if the channel can help them in some way and donate some money to them to be able to perform and get more people to be exposed to their music. That would be great. So I'd love to help more lesser known artists. So if you're okay with that, hit the like button now, or let me know in the live chat. I'd love that, because I love having conversations with people. I really do, and especially when they get emotional, because I love a good emotional story. I can help artists who don't feel listened to. I've been married for 22 years.
I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's funny.
The hero well, we know it's funny. We know it's all.
I mean, you should be used to having an emotional conversation with somebody who. You have those every day with me. No comments. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so I would love that. Let's see. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Let's see. And if anybody has any questions, let us know. We need a ska reaction video. Ska, really? You want some ska? Hit me up with the band, as long as it's channel appropriate. I'm really trying to keep everything appropriate on this channel, as you may know. And I'm loving the country music stuff, by the way, too. I know that some people, because there's like alcohol being mentioned, I know some people are uncomfortable, but yeah, I'd still like to listen to it if that's okay with everybody. Let's have a conversation about pulled pork tacos. I love the pastor chats. Is that Denisha?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh, hey.
We haven't seen you in a while.
We had a friendly dispute on Discord today. Can you settle the score? Ska or no ska? Ska. Yes, ska. I'm down for ska. I like that ska was sort of this. Wait, which came first? Was it ska or reggae? I think it was reggae that was first. And then they just kind of did a little bit of a mix, a little switch up in the downbeat on the drums, and boom, ska was born. But I'm a fan of ska, as long as it's not too cheesy, because some ska is a little cheesy.
You don't like
I don't like the cheesy ska.
You don't like cheesiness? I
don't like cheesy ska. Like, there's some ska that tries too hard, but there's some ska that's just really like flows. Like, I used to love a band called Save Ferris, and they did "Come On Eileen" in a
Oh,
ska,
really?
"Come On Eileen," like in a ska, and it was pretty cool. And the horn sections, they really kill it. So
Need some Torres.
oh, Torres County shirts, that's right. Okay, so let me tell you a story. So when we were in Texas, which by the way I'd never made a video about Texas, when we were in Texas, we had lunch with Eric Davis, and he took us to a place called Hard Eight. It's a place I will never forget. It's
I can smell it already.
I know. And so just to give you an idea, Hard Eight is a barbecue spot. So first of all, have you ever seen those cartoons where like someone's cooking and the smoke is like hard, right? There's in the cartoons they used to do this thing where the smoke would turn into a hand and it would go into someone's nose and then it would like call them to where the meat right, and they would just follow their nose to where the food was or whatever.
You're trying to pick my nose.
No, that's I almost did. You could pick your friends and you could pick your nose, but never pick your friend's nose. So we went to Hard Eight, and this place smells great, like a block away. It's just barbecue, like a whole block away, right, in Texas. We show up. They don't serve you in a plate. They serve you in a tray. The tray is your plate, okay? And they're like, "What do you want?" And they have pulled pork, brisket, ribs. What was it you had? The chicken?
I had like
chicken poppers?
Chicken poppers wrapped with like bacon.
Yeah,
and it was
everything. Corn, like just
baked potato. Like the guy kept like mentioning, you want this? You want that? A little bit of that? And I was just saying yeah, because like it was very convincing. He was selling it, and it just smelled so good. I will never eat at a barbecue place if I don't see like the smoke coming.
Yeah,
I'm not going there.
For real. And if it's not in Texas, because obviously
Texas
is the home of barbecue. Maybe I don't know. Is it? You let us know. And so we're sitting there, we're having a conversation, and we're having a great conversation with Eric Davis, and then he notices something, that in California we talk about counties. We don't really talk about cities. We're like, I live in LA County, or used to live in LA County. She lives in Orange County, but now we live in the Inland Empire or Riverside County.
Riverside County.
And he just thought it was funny because he'd never heard anybody who spoke in terms of county, and for us it's just easier because then we know where we're all positioned, right? Not like where were we? We're in Denton.
Oh yeah.
And I guess in Texas they do it in cities or regions, maybe. Who knows? And he mentioned that we should do a Torres County T-shirt, and yes, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna work on that. Maybe if not tonight, tomorrow night for sure. Ew. We're gonna do some new shirts. Let's see. Comments. Are y'all still talking about? See y'all still talking about ska? Love on that like button. Yes, love on that like button, familia. Please, thank you. Dinner time. Sorry if we made you all hungry. That's great. Hola from Houston, Texas. Hola. Hello, Javier.
Speaking of, hi, Rusty.
Rusty.
How are you?
Welcome, senor. How's
Japan?
Japan treating you?
Japan.
Yorkshire. Nice. Did I pronounce that correctly?
I don't think I said hi to you.
No.
Wait, what? Did you say Yorkshire? Did you mention that?
I said I said Yorkshire, but I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
Oh, I thought she was correcting you or something, and then you said it. I was like,
Jimmy X.
hello, how are you?
We're doing well, thank you. No ska? You don't like ska? Okay.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. O genki desu ka?
Huh?
I think it means how are you? I hope it means how
Oh
are you?
my god.
Going to Hard Eight tonight. Oh yes,
No!
please. Okay, post pics on Discord so everybody knows what we're talking about. Yorkshire. Okay, Yorkshire is how you pronounce it. Thank you. She's
I think he's talking about Andrew. I think. I hope not, but I think. She's got a...
If she doesn't like ska, then yes, he's probably talking about her.
Hi, Tammy. Welcome.
I don't know why. I just scratched my leg and I cut myself.
Well, don't do that.
I need to trim my nails probably. Yeah, don't do that. You can get hurt.
Don't do that.
So yes, anniversary. We loved every bit of it up to this point on our journey, and we got a lot of love from the Chosen.
Oh, I know. That was I totally, when you had asked what was the favorite thing, I mentioned a few things, but I totally forgot about that because that was another thing when you started reacting to, when you got the opportunity to react to the Chosen, and then that was a good hit. That was a hit. Yeah. And then you got the opportunity for us to go to DC. That was another great experience that we got to do, which was amazing. Got to meet the cast.
One regret for me.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Was it when we were at the place and you didn't record? You didn't ask
No,
questions?
well, 2 regrets.
Okay, so that was one.
One regret about The Chosen.
Wait, stop. Wait, about the trip or about The Chosen
The
itself?
Chosen itself.
I don't know. I feel like a horrible girlfriend that I don't
No,
know.
you won't. That I missed my opportunity to be on season 2 of The Chosen.
Oh.
I had an opportunity, but the whole COVID thing was happening, and I was afraid to travel at that time, because I would have to have gone by myself, and then I wasn't doing well financially, so that was a bit of a that was kind of tricky.
Yeah.
I would have gone to Utah to
Oh, yeah, I
film,
remember.
and I was going to be an extra, and I don't know that I'll have that opportunity again, but that would have been something cool to have, like, in the books, like I was in a show.
Hey.
I have a show here, but you know what I'm talking
Yeah, but
about.
like you being in like an extra in a show that's
Yeah.
very popular that you were reacted to and people loved you, loved watching. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with your leg?
I don't know. I scratched it. I told you. I had it
Stop
itchy.
scratching it.
I think it might
I'm
be my
gonna scold
socks.
him on camera. Stop scratching it because it's look,
Yeah.
it's bleeding.
It itches. Sorry.
What do you tell me when I have mosquito bites and I'm over there itching my mosquito bites?
Scratch them.
That's not what he says.
That's what you.
He's getting scolded on camera.
Scratch them.
For his benefit. This is
John Cooper from Skillet just interviewed Dallas Jenkins. Really
cool.
cool. I have to see if I can get another interview with him, an updated interview with him.
With who? Dallas
With
Jenkins?
Dallas Jenkins, yeah.
Oh,
Let's see.
third missed opportunity actually. When we went and we were in the place and we saw Dallas, I didn't have my camera and he goes, "Mi familia." Sorry, I
yeah.
almost hit you in the face.
That's
But
okay.
it was another missed opportunity. Mi familia.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't record him.
No,
It was
I
pretty
remember.
epic.
But I mean, we learned a lot about that trip.
Yeah, but also the whole like we didn't expect people to bring other YouTubers bring in their like set up their camera, their microphones. Like
And maybe they wanted us to, but we were trying to be super respectful.
well,
and
yeah,
not
we didn't want to
bring,
be too like intrusive or invasive with like
Yeah.
people's like privacy. I was even like, well,
I would have been
did-
really embarrassed if we would have brought all that equipment and then like my GoPro or something, and
and then somebody's like, no, I don't want
Yeah,
it, or like
exactly.
they're like, no, sorry, or like we're the only ones,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But
So,
I was even nervous, but I did it. I was super nervous to even ask for pictures,
but
but
you did.
I did it anyway.
That was awesome. And okay, so yeah, we're bringing back the conversations with people,
Yeah.
musicians mostly. I'd like that. Would you consider a La Familia retreat? Ooh, maybe speakers. Speakers. Yeah, I would love that actually.
What'd you do?
I don't know what I did. Top chat. Okay, there it is.
Speakers, music, interviews could also be fundraiser for the channel. I'll organize it.
Ooh.
Something we can talk. We'd have to probably go to Texas.
Yeah, we'll go to Texas. We'll meet at Heart 8 and we'll have Heart 8 catered. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I would love that. Let's talk
Ooh,
about that.
better.
We're gonna have our first La Familia retreat.
We gotta do them kind of like all. We should do something like that, like all over the place. But we'll start with this one. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got my passport finally, so I can travel.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll have like La Familia Fest in
Germany.
Why do we say Germany?
It's because I think we I don't know. I think automatically I think of like when I think of going somewhere out of the country, not just a different state. I think of Germany right away because of Roxana and Linda. Like right away, instantly, just Germany
and Scotland.
and Scotland. Yes,
We'll do a little trip.
Germany, Scotland.
And Yorkshire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be great. Cool. So, are there any unknown musicians that you would like to like us to have a conversation with? Let us know, because maybe we can get in the future like Josh Garrels, get people like Corey Asbury on here as well. We can get, I don't know, some other musicians from like, what's the musician that I was gonna talk to in the beginning that his people were reaching out to me? He's with the Chosen.
I don't know.
He did some, I forgot his name. Wickham.
Phil Wickham?
Yeah, Phil Wickham.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
we were gonna talk.
Oh,
We are messengers.
hello.
Yeah, Matt,
I don't know. I'm not sure if we've heard of them.
we are messengers.
Sounds really familiar, but I can't wrap my head
Yeah.
around it.
Maybe we can get
Maybe we can
get him on the show too.
Maybe we can have some like a friend. Maybe have connection.
Yeah, if somebody has a connection or something. Yeah, Taya would be good to have a conversation with as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel, I would love to have a conversation with Joel as well. I don't know that they're having interviews right now.
Yeah, I think right now it's just on hold for I don't know how long. But
Yeah, I did reach out to somebody who is in the music management team, and he said that they're not doing interviews right now. I'm thinking because of all the stuff that's going on with their churches.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Hi, Matt BB. It's
Matt
been a while.
BB.
How are you?
Hey, Matt BB, welcome.
At first I was gonna read Acts 2:42, but then I was like, no, I know that's Matt BB, so I'm just gonna say Matt BB.
Eric Davis says, I think the bird in your house wants to say something. So it's not in our house; it's right outside. It's all the birds come down and they start eating Archie's food when he doesn't want to eat it. So
he's being a little.
He's been a little brat lately. I think
he's just lonely. I think so. It's just because we get really busy.
Yeah.
And he is out there. I mean, we go out there for like a little bit, but he gets rowdy when we go out there. So sometimes it's like it's hard for us to be out there for longer than like 10 minutes. And then so we come back inside and it's just, I think we need another puppy.
Hey.
I think we need another puppy.
So you won't be so lonely?
Yeah.
I'll be so lonely, baby.
So you won't be all alone.
All alone. I would love to hear an interview with an out-of-the-box artist like, say, a rapper.
Ooh.
Maybe. I wouldn't mind having conversations with someone as long as, well, if their music is channel appropriate. Yeah. Sure. I wouldn't mind. I'll talk to almost anyone. The thing that I don't want is controversy, to be honest. I just don't want, I don't like the controversy, which is one of the reasons why I stopped talking to the pastors, really, because there's just so many comments that I would get shortly after the conversations that we had where someone would drop out and say, and like it was a good person, like they were all in the channel, they were part of Discord, and then they heard a pastor say something that they didn't like because their church doesn't teach that, and they were triggered in some way, and then they're like, I liked your channel, but seeing that you're talking to this person, I don't want to support the channel anymore, and they would drop out. So
which makes it, I think that's the part that like we've struggled with a lot. It's just really working around tiptoeing a little bit to make sure that we don't offend people or what, but we don't have control over what somebody else says. That's the part that, and we, it's unfortunate when people, we do get sad when people leave. We don't know why sometimes they just leave and they don't express or even come to, at least Leonardo, because he's very open. You can come and tell him and he can clarify. So it does make us sad when we see people go in that way, at least.
Yeah. And I think the unfortunate part is that there's so many different denominations that teach so many different things that when one person hears something that their church doesn't teach, it just...
Yeah, it's automatically a red flag and they're out.
Yeah, and they're out, which is hard to do because there's so many different teachings.
Yeah, but you can even be in the same denomination with somebody and you're still going to have a different mindset on things. You're not all going to think completely alike. You're going to have the ones that are, which is okay. And I think that helps build a bigger community within, the Christian community. It does. It builds if you're open to hearing the other person's idea. When you automatically close off, it's kind of like, well, then where's the growth? Where's the coming together really at?
So that's why I hit the brakes on those conversations, because it's really difficult to have a conversation, to have an open conversation with someone when there's so many people that are just, wanting to leave right after. I'm leaving if there's no more fighting. If there's not more fighting. And yes, please don't leave. And you already know that I try my best to be cautious with the things that are said, and I don't know what church certain artists belong to, and I do know that for example, Corey Asbury is a kind-hearted person. He's a genuinely good person, and because he belongs to a certain church that some people don't agree with, they want to shut him out, or they want to overthink the lyrics, or overthink where he's coming from when he has those lyrics. And if you just YouTube Reckless Love is reckless love a good song? And you'll see tons of channels that are talking on that, and they give you their opinions. Some are for it, some are not, and very few are neutral. And I don't know, I'm just exploring the music, that's it. I'm just exploring the music. You may or may not like it, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then, I asked a question at the end, and even that question was twisted, and so it's just hard. It's really hard sometimes.
So there's always those few people.
Right. So I'm hoping to just get I don't know, I really want to help the underdogs, the musicians that don't have their music played. And I maybe definitely team up with Katie and the people over at I'm sorry, Katie, I forget what the places that you work with. If you want to throw some artists my way, like you did with like Collington and
maybe your friend Kat. Her friend Kat has music too. She's like I don't want to say like an underdog, but she doesn't she performs.
Yeah, that'd be great. We can have some new artists. We get new ears on them, things like that. So that's good. I've been watching the Ruslan YouTube channel a lot. You brought him on my radar. Cool. Yeah, Ruslan's another channel that grew really fast, and he's doing really great.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Ruslan.
Christian Media Spotlight.
Christian Media. Oh yeah. Good. Thank you. New release today, and Christian Media Spotlight. Yeah, cool. So yeah, team up with them maybe, and get them to introduce me to new artists, and then promote them on the channel, and then we can just explore new music. Is everybody okay with that? Is everybody okay with listening to new artists, and then hearing their stories and getting a chance to see the people behind the music? Collington, I'll tell you this, like, we explored a few songs by Collington, and I had an interview with Collington. In fact, he was the first person that I interviewed on the channel, and I had a great conversation with him. And when we met him in person, he's exactly like I imagined him. He's so chill. Yeah. He's so warm, so friendly. He's open to everyone, and I really love his personality. I loved him as a person. He's really cool. And his music is great. And I noticed something about his strumming.
Yeah, you did.
Right?
And you pointed out to him, and I don't think he even realized, like, oh, I do? So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. I pointed out something about his strumming, and I was like, dude, you have a really great, like, strumming pattern. You switch it up a little bit between the finger picking and this. And he goes, oh, I did? He goes, oh, yeah, I'm a drummer. And I'm like, yes, okay, that makes sense. He like drums when he strums the guitar. It's great.
Yeah.
So.
And he sings really good. Like, yeah. I mean, not that I didn't think he sang really well, but we hadn't, like,
live is a whole different thing.
His music in a while, so when we heard it live, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi Zoe, I think I saw you pop in. Hope you're doing well. You didn't
miss everything, but I'll watch it later. Okay, all right, Zoe, thank you. All right, so anybody have what's like your favorite moment? What have you loved about these last 2 years with La Familia?
What was your favorite thing? I mean, I know it's kind of a lot has happened. I think a lot of great things, but what was one of the things that you missed, or not missed, sorry, that stuck throughout this whole year? Like if you can pinpoint a couple, I guess I'll let you pick a couple. I don't know, or that really impacted you in the last 2 years.
Well, the thing that really, really, really stayed with me is how loving the Christian community has been.
But Matthew, meeting me is obviously his favorite.
Yes, meeting and
actually,
the cupcakes.
I would say grandma, but
there would be no Mad Sadie here
without grandma.
Grandma, of course. So everything's been fun, exploring music and all that. But I think the thing that stuck with me the most has been how loving the community has been, because it's not that I thought Christians were all cold or mean or anything like that, but I ran into very few kind, open, and like accepting Christians in my life. Almost every single time that I've run into a Christian in my personal life, like in person, there's always been some kind of judgment. There's always been some kind of, somehow the conversation always gets or always got worked into talking about the Bible and religious stuff, and it was always just, you know, the hammer came down. But then seeing how loving and accepting La Familia has been, and how open they've been, and how I think welcoming is the best way to describe them, because I've had my ups and downs, and my moments where I've either doubted, or my moments where I've just have been struggling with how some people could just be so cold, or so cold-hearted. Why you gotta be so cold? And you know, my questions, things like well, Matt and Eric Davis and Mama Bear and Linda and Roxana and Angela, how helpful they've been to either listening to me have my questions and answering those questions, and how open they've been with with seeing my stepping into how I'm looking at it, and then painting the bigger picture, and making it okay for me to just be myself. I think
I was gonna say I think that's my favorite part of watching and being, you know, not as involved now, a little bit, you know, a few months ago I was. In the beginning I wasn't, because I was, you know, working a lot. But I think one of the things that I've enjoyed is that you really unraveling to your true self and being able to show that, because that's always been something that's been a little bit challenging. You were always yourself, but there were still parts of you that you hid, and questions and the way that you spoke to certain people, you know, you hid it a little bit because you sheltered that part to protect yourself, and also to not feel denied or looked at as like weird or like not accepted, you know?
Yeah, that's the best part, and the scariest part for me was being completely vulnerable.
But yeah, and open, and I mean, and just, well, you don't really cry in general. Like, he doesn't really cry, so him being able to cry on screen in front of like everybody, or that was actually like
the first time
pretty amazing to watch. Not you crying, but to really see you have those borders be put down.
Yeah. I think the scariest part is the first time that I cried on camera. I was this close to shutting off the camera. I was like, I'm gonna stop the camera and I'm gonna just start all over again, because I do not want people to see me cry. I don't want to show this side of me. And then I was like, no, just leave it. Just leave it. This is who I am. I can't mask who I am. I can't cover that up, because then it's not gonna be fun. I'm gonna be managing an image, and I don't want to do that.
Well, then it's going to be like you're being like false with yourself and with, I mean, your supporters, you know, your people that are watching you, and they love your vulnerability and your heart. And that's so.
Thank you. That's been my favorite. And then obviously all the great people that I've met along the way, you know,
Of course.
and all the great people that I've had the pleasure of working with, and the generosity of some people.
You got Jackie to finally come around. Not, I'm saying it was you, but I think that her finding the channel, her finding La Familia, being on Discord, her finding a home for herself. I think that was like also, honestly, I love Jackie's story. I tell Jackie's story when I bring up at the channel, because I think it's just so heartwarming to see that somebody can change their life around with the push of other people coming together and just really doing what we started this out to be, spreading love. And we spread love all the way to where Jackie's at, where's Jackie at again?
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. So that's just been amazing to see. And look at her now. She's baptized. I'm not saying that that's what makes her a great person. She didn't have to get baptized to be a great person or to be loved. But she made those choices and those trends like that, those changes on her own. And because we showed her that we accepted her, we love her, and that God loves her. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience. So we love you, Jackie. And we're so happy for you.
I think one of my favorite things about Jackie is that she's so busy with church stuff now that she doesn't make it to the live.
And when she does, we're like, whoa. Yeah.
I'm okay with that. She doesn't make it to the live. I'm okay with that, because I know she's busy doing great things for her community, and she's working on herself and growing, and spreading love. That's
She is.
really is.
And we got to see her baptism. Remember that?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
was really awesome.
That's cool.
I got choked up a little
Mhm.
about that.
She says she loves you.
KK Max. Oh, we love you.
Yeah. And then also, I know she's probably going to be embarrassed, but I don't care.
Here.
Angela, thank you so much for everything that you do in the on Discord. Because Angela, let me tell you this: Angela joined us on Discord when in the first what are it called, servers, in the first server, and she didn't know anything about Discord. And through other people's help, who shall not be mentioned, um, she learned Discord, how to program certain things, how to call on certain bots, and how to do things. And she learned from one day to the next. And when we had to let go of the other server and start another server, she jumped right on it and she built it and put it all together. And she organized the people, and she was able to get a group of other people to pray for others and stuff like that, and you know, and have those much needed conversations and listen to some people and help people who were struggling. And so thank you, Angela, for everything that you're doing on Discord. I know that I haven't been on Discord much lately.
I haven't either. So
I want to, but yeah, thank you so much for everything that you're doing on there. And thank you also to Matt Sabi for your participation with that as well, for talking to people when they need prayer, to Linda, to Mama Bear, who we haven't seen on here for a while, but thank you also. All joking aside, I seriously love you guys. We love you too.
We love you too, Eric.
Eric, thank you. And yeah,
we love every single one of you. You know,
we are grateful for all of you.
Yeah, everything that everyone does, just like by you being here, communicating, commenting, watching. We appreciate that. You know,
yeah.
I don't want to make it sound like we don't appreciate that as much. No, there's no little amount that's not good enough. I mean, they're all good. So.
Each and every one of you is loved so much, and you all are very special in your own ways. Mm-hmm. And we're happy to have met most of you. We met a few of you in person, and that's great too.
I know.
And I'm just really happy. I'm really happy that this channel is still here. Honestly, so it's been a lot of work. Unfortunately, I still can't afford to hire an editor, and even if I could hire an editor, I'd probably still do it myself.
Yeah. And I think, and then I haven't really, I mean, you mentioned like not being on Discord and stuff. I haven't really been around either anywhere, on the screen, in the comments, on YouTube, on Discord, on any sort of social media platform. I have not been on. So if anyone's messaged me like on Instagram or Discord or any of that, like I'm not on those applications right now. I'm taking it's almost 2 months. I'm going on roughly 2 months with not being on those things right now, and just focusing myself on working right now. So I missed you all. This time my second live in the last
month, probably.
Month, because we did one not that like a month ago maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Give or take.
But it's just been really busy on the sidelines. On the side. Sidelines.
But
yesterday was like the first day that I caught the premiere, and I was able to stay the whole time and comment the whole time. And then I even called him. It was already starting, and I'm like, because I wasn't home, I was out working, but I had like a break where I didn't have anything. So I was like, the countdown's done and it's already starting. He's like, what? Right, your premiere? And he's like, oh, okay. And then he hung up, and then
I was so busy editing.
It's because he's in the zone. I'm telling you, we're just really busy. We're, really, really busy. It's just been a lot. Trying to uphold everything and stay on a schedule as much as we can, and really get as much, because the weeks just go by fast. They go by so fast. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going by fast. We're doing our best to juggle everything as best as we can, and I think we're doing a really good job. You're doing a good job.
I'm trying.
You're doing
trying.
A really good job.
I miss a lot of this. I miss being on here with you. I miss doing videos. I miss doing like block parties too. I mean, I know we stopped doing that a long time ago, but I miss doing a lot of those things. It's just right now I can't we can't, as a family, we can't really afford to just do this, you know, and I don't want to pull him away from doing what he started out 2 years ago. Speaking of it being 2 years ago, you know, you put a lot of work into this. So we would have loved for it to just be solely what we both do and brings in our income, but that's not what it is right now. We can't. So in order for him to continue to give you all La Familia what you guys want and what he wants, and I needed to take a step aside and get another job to help bring in a little bit of extra stuff. And it's not the way that I wanted to do it, but it's the way that we have to do it, and we still love each other and support each other. I support him, he supports me, and yeah, and we get through it. And we're getting through it.
We're getting through it.
Sometimes there's days where I just want to throw in the towel and I cry.
It's hair pulling.
And I give up. Well, I want to give up, and I'm in like this little ball, but then I remind myself, well, nope. Tantrum's over. You got to get up and you got to go, because, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. I mean, it's paper, but it doesn't actually grow on the trees. So you got to do what you got to do.
Yep. Wouldn't that be nice? We can like
You could plant our own tree.
plant a nickel and then give us $5 bills.
Yeah, but yes, I want you all to know that if I'm not ignoring anybody, if you feel like I haven't been around or anything, it's just that's where I've been. I've been on the side working, doing deliveries and stuff to help our family uphold the things that we got to take care of.
And it's all day, by the way.
I get up
so...
at 7. I take Leonardo to school she starts at 7, and then I come home, I make coffee, and then I go out and I do them from 7:30, maybe 8. The latest that I do them is maybe like 9 o'clock, but for the majority I like to start early because I get the people who like coffee, you know, they're too late to get their coffee or whatever, so I do that. And then I come take a little bit of a break, and then I do the lunch, and then I take a little break to come home, make dinner, get Leonie from school, come back, we have dinner, and then I go out again for like the dinner rush, and then I come back again because that gives him time to do what he's doing, whether it's lives, recording, editing, creativity, and then I come back and I get him and I go and do the night time again, and then I do it all over again the next day.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
yeah. that's probably a lot, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. So that's where I've been.
Yep.
But I miss you all very much, and I love you, and I'm glad that you guys are still around, supporting and loving one another and loving on Leonardo. I really mean that. So thank you.
And that we get to love you.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that we get to, because it's like that for us too. We get to come on here and show you all the same love that you give us, and hopefully, I hope that the channel is helping spread love around the world. If not, then we might as well just quit now. We might as well just quit now. Celebrating with authentic Mexican birthday cake. I've got some goat's milk. Yum.
Oh, cool.
Okay, that sounds delicious.
Wait, so is it their birthday? If it's your birthday,
If it's your
happy birthday.
Is it? Is it
If
your
it's your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday! We gotta do that too.
I don't think I've ever done it with you. How do you do it?
It's a fee.
Sounds weird. Okay.
But we'll practice it. K-Mac says, you guys help get through my workday. I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you. Let's see.
Don't worry, Zoe. Because she used to do the questions of the day. It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, we haven't done anything in there for a really long time, so you're totally fine. We're just glad to see you back. We've missed you.
Yeah, we understand things.
People are busy now. Sorry, proceed.
No, things got really crazy. 2020, when everybody started losing their jobs, when businesses started to close, where kids were in school, and some parents had to be, employees, housekeepers, and the lunch lady, the teacher, and mom at the same time. And so, we understand a lot of people were struggling. We were frustrated. You came online and you found this community of people who were getting together and encouraging one another and listening to worship music and just being loving. And it was great, right? And then once the world started to run again and people were going back to work. We understand you're busy. You have your lives as well, and you know we're still here for you. We're still here whenever you
Yeah.
want, whenever you're ready to come back, or whenever you're ready to jump on board and you want to help with anything on Discord. You're welcome to.
Yeah.
You're always welcome to. But it's not mandatory, so don't worry
Eric
about it.
gave us something about you're the Barnabas.
Barnabas of
Oh,
this
that's-
channel. Look it up.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Now I want to look up.
Okay,
what-
look it up, and then I'll talk to them while we look it up. Praise God for COVID. If I didn't work from home, I would have never found this channel. Yeah, I mean, that's a little for me. That's a little strange to say because some a lot of bad things happen. So I don't know, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. We something good always comes out of something bad. I remember like the thing about the channel too is that we've walked with so many people in their hardest moments. A good friend Matt Sabi was when we were there when he was losing his father, and I'm glad that we were there for him because that was tough. He was really close to his father, and they had a really close relationship, and I think it's really nice to be able to have someone, right? And when we were going through all the stuff with our family, you all were there when Erika lost her uncle. You all were there supporting when her grandmother would get sick, when my mom would get sick, and all the stuff that was happening here in our home. You all were very helpful, very supportive, and I know that some of you have gone through some struggles too. You've lost family members, you've lost nephews and brothers and sisters and cousins, and La Familia has been there as someone you can lean on, and it still is here, thankfully, and we're going to continue to be here for as long as we can, even if I have to get too busy on my personal life that I can only edit one video a week, then I'll still do that. Hopefully with these conversations that we'll have, they'll be a lot easier to manage because we'll either have the conversation on the live, which means no editing, or I will schedule a meeting with an artist, talk to them, record it, and then chop it up just a little bit and then post it. So it's not going to be too much editing. And I think that's great. So, but thank you, Familia, for being here for one another, for continuing to love and support each other. I'm glad that you all have made friends all around the world, as we have. Some of you are really close to one another, even though you've never met each other. I know that some of you have met each other in person as well. We know that some of you have found love on the channel and have completely uprooted your life and moved to another country just to be with that person.
That story is still amazing.
Where you thought you'd never find love, you thought you'd never love again, and then you found someone who had the same story that they thought they'd never love or never feel, that spark again, and both of you had a conversation, found so much in common, and decided to move together. That's
just so beautiful.
That's great.
Because that was like when we met Spread Love, they like took it literally. They spread the love across and they moved and uprooted. But it was a beautiful story, and it's crazy how not crazy. It's just interesting how we saw that. Actually, we didn't see that coming, but yeah.
It's been wonderful. I'm grateful for these 2 years, and I hope we have many, many, many more ahead of us. And that's the plan. That's the plan. I'm looking forward to meeting as many as I possibly can, as many of you as I possibly can. And don't forget that some have had tacos for the first time too. That's right. In places you'd never even thought they had tacos, like Germany.
Yeah.
I remember Linda said that she had ordered like a taco kit online. She tried tacos for the first time, and then she found a restaurant and met up with Roxana for the first time, and they had tacos. And Katie tried real tacos for the first time as well when she visited us. And
oh yeah, she was the steak, the carne asada.
And Eric Bjorklund just a few weeks ago also was visiting Texas, and he sent me a picture of a taco truck that he had to visit. He goes, anytime, he said that tacos and La Familia are like synonymous. Like you can't separate the two. Oh, what could separate us From tacos, tacos.
I was gonna start singing the actual thing.
Yeah, and not to mention the really great artists. Oh, I think we did mention this earlier, but the great artists that we've met through you all. You know, we've got a chance to not just meet them in person, but like Chris McClarney's music, right? We Are Messengers. Have you heard that? No, I think we've heard a few.
Bye,
Yeah.
Zoe. Thank you. We love you.
See ya. Can you recommend a great hot sauce? Oh, I don't know.
It just depends. We have this. We like to mix green salsa and red salsa together, but when we're eating our tacos,
Yeah.
a good salsa, like a hot sauce, like a store-bought one,
Yeah,
or
I think that's what he meant.
like a store-bought one.
It's hard. We make the salsas here. She makes the salsas here. My mom makes the salsa here too. And whenever we go out and eat tacos, we eat the salsa that they make. So it's all like made.
Yeah. I don't think, I mean, if we've ever bought a store-bought one, it's at like a little Mexican market that we have here that's called Cardenas. So maybe if you live in an area and they have like a little Mexican market, that would be the best option to try to maybe buy like one. They come in like in a pint.
Yeah.
And
if they make it.
If they make it.
If they make it. But if you have to buy like a bottled one, I don't know. I always go for tapatio.
Yeah, tapatio's good.
Tapatio.
Because he said hot sauce. He didn't say salsa, so I guess. Yeah, tapatio's good. I'm not a big fan of Tabasco, but it's because it's too vinegary for me. I don't like vinegar. Cholula's good too, but tapatios are go-to.
Yeah, tapatio.
If it's not homemade and we don't buy any like at the store, we just have it in the cabinet.
But if not, the best thing you could do is, I mean, go on YouTube and look for like a homemade salsa. All you need is like some tomatoes, roast them. That's the key. You got to roast them, and roast the chilies too. So like maybe like a serrano chili or whatever chili.
Like serrano pepper, like a chili pepper if you want.
Yep.
The Roma tomatoes, an onion, like a half an onion, like 2 garlic cloves. You can blend it in it.
Yeah, you can blend it, or if you just take like the tomato and the chile, you can mash them up in in anything, like in a bowl. Mash them up until they're all, but you gotta roast them so they're nice and mushy, and then mash them. Add a little bit of salt, and you get yourself.
No, that's
yeah, a molcajete, but I don't know if they're gonna have a molcajete. But
lots of garlic, yeah.
And then
you can blend it, which my grandma would call that the lazy way. That's what my grandma would call it. She'd say that's lazy. The blender's the lazy. You gotta.
It's fine.
But I'm like, it works. It tastes just great. Gotta run, live it. I promise not to call you
Barnabas for now.
No, I didn't even see. I didn't look. I was looking, and then I got sidetracked. I really did, because Lena, you messaged me, so I got a little sidetracked, and then I think I saw that he commented on what it meant. So I didn't get offended. I promise, Eric Davis. Let me see if I can find it, because now I feel bad.
But he says he's got to run. So
okay, the great encourager.
The great encourager. Okay.
In the Bible to Paul. Okay, I'm gonna look into it. But thank you, Eric Davis. Sorry.
Have a good one. Thank you so much for joining us, Eric. But yeah. So yeah. Did we get any comments on what your favorite parts of the last 2 years have been? I don't think I saw any comments, but if you want to comment now, right before we leave, let us know what's been your favorite part of the channel for the last 2 years. Do you have a favorite video? Do you have a favorite moment? Favorite conversation? Do you have a favorite taco? Do you have a favorite song?
Rock Metal Mondays,
and block parties. Okay.
I've just been enjoying the journey with everyone. That's a good one.
Thanks. And the cupcakes along the way.
Oh my goodness.
By the way, those cupcakes never made it to her sister's party.
They didn't. So I gotta make a visit to grandma by myself, and we're gonna eat cupcakes and talk about I don't know what, but we're gonna talk about.
All right, fine, but just bring some cupcakes for me.
Maybe for me, The Chosen, of course, and you talking to me on IG. Oh yes, very simple. You vibing with me and putting yourself out there when the church failed and kind of hurt me. Oh. When I found you and you cried, what?
God bless
Pastor Chad. Ooh, Pastor Chad. You can read that one if you want.
My favorite moment is when you both were rocking out on Red. Red, we gotta get some more Red. Unfortunately, I'm still dealing with copyright blocking on our channel, so maybe we will have a blocked party soon.
Yes, totally for that. Sorry,
Okay.
I just make a loud noise. That was my cup.
I don't have the other setup, by the way, in the room like I used to before. Something going on with the mic. I can't get the setup with the Mac, really. But I'm hoping to soon be able to purchase like a nice sound cutting mic, like a environment cutting mic, so that it doesn't pick up like the airplane that usually flies around here or the birds singing on the outside. And then get like a good mixer where I can transfer the sound and have a nice clean sound and get it all set up. But hopefully soon.
Maybe
We'll get that set up. But we're gonna have to do like a what we call a Mickey Mouse setup. Maybe go live on my phone
got
and
it.
listen to the music on your phone, on your
My laptop or my phone?
probably the laptop,
My laptop. Okay.
because we can't hook up the earbuds.
Oh, you're right.
on your phone. But yeah, we'll probably have a blocked party soon. I have to plan it, but we'll plan on having it. I love seeing Learn to Love Metal.
I know. I think that was one of your favorite parts. You're like, yes, now I could listen to this with her.
And now she's like actually puts on metal.
Like we're in the car driving. And he's like, wait, what?
I'm like, what's happening here? Which has been great actually, because we can enjoy.
My family's looking at me like, what is she listening to?
And she's over there like rocking out.
I'm like, yeah. I got like the thing down too. I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, familia. Well, we thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the last 2 years. Thank you for joining us. I know that you all have not been here for 2 years, but we thank you for the time that you have been on here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you to our members and our Patreon partners as well for making these videos still possible. We look forward to more.
We do. We love you.
If you are, by the way, if you are a member on YouTube here, or if you're on Patreon, be on the lookout for a post soon, because I am going to just kind of let you all know a little bit more about what I plan on doing as far as like interviewing some guests, and maybe planning out the blocked parties. I think we'll let the members pick the songs that we're gonna do for the blocked parties and stuff like that. Good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we love you all.
We love you, familia.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on our next adventure. Peace.